Hi guys, I bet you all are wondering why I am on Sirius's channel. My name is Leah, and I had recently moved in with Sirius and Ajit back in November. And to give a little background to how I know them, I became friends with Ajit in Discord in 2019. We have been good friends ever since. I opened up to him about some of the darkest things that I had been through and how I was feeling because of what I went through. I recently met Sirius back in November, and we had talked. I had talked to G and Sirius before making the decision to move down here. Um, so a little bit about me. Um, well, I'm currently 21, and life hasn't been great at all for me. Um, to just get right to it. When I was at about the age of 4, I was molested by my cousins in a pool. They had touched me inappropriately. I never told people in my family about this. A kid isn't gonna understand what's happening to them, and as I got older, I realized what they did was wrong, but I still felt ashamed to tell them. I went through another traumatic event when I was 13. I was raped by my father. And this is really where I kind of started to spiral. I didn't tell anyone about the rape until a year later in 2018. My own dad not only had hurt me, but he had hurt another friend of mine. I'm not going to go into too much about that, just to keep that brief. When I initially told my friend's mom what had happened because we had went to another house that night. She prompted me to tell my mom that night, so I did. And my mom at first did not initially believe me, so that caused a lot of pain. She told me that it was just like she was shocked and whatnot, but that's not the initial response that you're supposed to give your daughter who is telling you that your husband had raped them. And once police and CPS and all these people got involved and my dad was finally arrested, it never felt like justice was actually served. Because just to put it simply, my father wasn't actually criminally charged with my fault. So that right there really hurt me because I had went to court, did a testimony, talked to police, talked to detectives, and it just felt like there wasn't any justice. And after that was said and done, after I had started high school, the year after, I was a freshman, and I was in the gym in my high school, and some boy whose name that I do know, but I'm not going to say for obvious reasons. He had grabbed me by my breast. I have never told the school because he was one of those really popular boys. I didn't think anybody would believe me. Um, so I didn't think anybody would believe me. I didn't tell anyone about it. However, I did mention it to my mom, and I did mention it to friends, and nothing was really done about it. Um, so backtrack a little bit more. Um, Whenever November came of 2024, when I moved down here, um, Sirius drove 7 hours to get me, and then we drove 7 hours back to where I'm at now. In total, that was a 14-hour trip, and why a 14-hour trip, and ever since I got here, I've been supported and I've been helped. Um, Helped by having support and having people that actually listen to me, give me a place to feel and cry and be okay with it. Eating now, things that I've experienced while being here, it has been actually insane. Um, I've actually been seeing it for myself, seeing how people act. I've seen gang stalking in real time. I've seen I've been treated indifferently at my jobs. Got fired from a job while in training. That will be a whole nother story. Um, got assaulted at my recent job on 3 different occasions. So, yeah, nothing has been sunshine and rainbows the entire time I've been here. But um, I never expected it to be because of what we're actually dealing with and who we're actually dealing with. I chose to leave my home because I don't think I was ever fully supported there. And this isn't to bash my mother. I still do love my mom and I want the best for her. But it is just the fact that she didn't give me the full support and love that I needed. That was very important to have because even now, even after it's been years, I still haven't completely fully healed from everything. And being able to have a place where you can filter through it is important. A lot of people need that. There were a few other people that I had met in my life that caused me a great deal of pain. The first person that I will talk about, just for the video, I'm not going to say actual names. We're going to call this person Fluoride. I had met Fluoride on an app, and I actually thought that he was a nice person, a nice guy. I actually did like him. And me and Fluoride made plans to go hang out and get to know each other. During that time, I had made the decision to move too fast all that time, and we had ended up engaging in sex. I deeply regret that though, because there were things that leading up to my decision that were just it wasn't right, and you're not supposed to regret sex. But yes, I did move too fast, and that messed it up. I had tried to keep things working between us, but it didn't work out. So obviously we continued to date, and that left a hole in me because really what I've been needing is love and care. Never had it. The next person, for the context of the video, I'm gonna call him Pig. Me and Pig I met on Discord. We were friends for years. Me and him never dated. Me and him never talked about dating. But as I got older, me and him did discuss about wanting to see each other. And I was all for the ideal of going to see him. But he started telling me about some fantasies that he had, and started saying things like about threesomes, and I was not into that type of stuff. I didn't want to engage in that. So that's mainly the big reason why I didn't go to see him. Second reason is I didn't financially have the money to do it, and I didn't feel comfortable being in another city with all by myself and not have a guaranteed way of getting around. I ended up just not continuing our friendship. But I did end up confronting him about some of his behavior, how he treated me when I had opened up to him about things, and how he diminished my experiences. Because I had told him about my high school assault, and he diminished that, which is not the proper response you have for anybody who opens up to you about assault or rape or anything like that. And then longer talk to these people. When it comes to my mom, like I said earlier, I don't intend to bash her. I do love her. At the end of the day, she is my mother. She birthed me, but she never really supported me. And when I have confronted her about the way she acted and how she doesn't take responsibility, um, it just it doesn't really go anywhere with her. Clearly, she doesn't care. Another thing, whenever Sirius did come and get me, she was projecting all of her parental duties onto him, telling him, "Oh, teach me how to drive, teach me how to cook, help me lose weight." Like, these are things that a mom and a parent's supposed to do with their child, not project and ask somebody who is not a parental figure to do for them. And that just shows me how, whenever she was projecting that, it just shows me how much of lack of responsibility that she really wanted to have. She didn't want to take responsibility and and help her daughter out. So that being said, when it comes to my father, I mean, it's self-explanatory. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't even want to look at him. I don't ever want to even see him again, because that's not, a father never does that to his daughter or her friend. The reason why I chose to tell my story, talk to you guys about it, was to help other women share their stories and to know that they have someone here that has been through it. Thank you for listening.